This is Radio Free Riverside, the voice of democracy, and the Riverside County and national news you can trust, with Sam Page at United American Network. And now, the news across Riverside County this week. District 31, Senator Sabrina Cervantes has introduced legislation that's moving through the California State Senate Appropriations Committee. Her bill, 1379, would separate the Riverside County Sheriff's Office from the Coroner's Office. The senator argues that the same department responsible for deaths in custody should also not be responsible for investigating those deaths. Senate District 31 includes Corona, Eastvale, Fontana, Europa Valley, Murrieta, Moreno Valley, Menifee, Perez, Riverside, and San Jacinto. There is rising concern over public safety in Riverside County, even as statewide data shows a decline in violent crime. Some residents and local officials attribute concerns to the Sheriff Department, as well as Sheriff Chad Bianco's ongoing gubernatorial campaign. In response to reported increases, in some communities, cities such as Canyon Lake are exploring the creation of their own local police departments. Residents say they want a visible leadership, consistent communication, and a renewed focus on public safety rather than political messaging. On April 21st, the Moreno Valley City Council voted 3-2 to reject a 5-year pilot program for a child care district. The proposal was developed in partnership with the City of Perez and aimed to expand access to affordable child care in the region. Supporters described the measure as an effort to address child care shortages in a commuter-heavy city. Mayor Ulysses Cabrera supported the proposal, that it represented a good faith effort to expand access even if it was not a perfect solution. The measure did not pass. New reporting from Cal Matters details internal communications related to the case that led to the seizure of 650,000 ballots in Riverside County in March. Election officials say the investigation was based on claims that were not supported by evidence. The actual discrepancy identified in official records was 103 ballots, according to election administrators. Officials say this reflects standard processing of provisional and outstanding ballots. The California State Supreme Court has now intervened and is reviewing the legality of the investigation. Separately, a Palm Springs-based nonprofit that provides service to transgender residents has filed a civil rights complaint against Riverside County. The organization alleges the county withheld $132,000 in funding and denied access to contracted services. County officials state that funding was withheld due to unmet contractual requirements. The organization provides services including housing assistance, healthcare access, counseling, and HIV/AIDS education. The case is now under review. Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco has responded to a video showing a SWAT deputy using a dating app during an active police standoff. The incident occurred during a pursuit and standoff in Europa Valley. Aerial footage shows the deputy using a mobile device from behind an armored vehicle near the suspect's location. Sheriff Bianco described the video as inappropriate and said it does not represent the department as a whole. He added that he remains supportive of the SWAT unit. An internal investigation is underway. The future of Temecula Valley Balloon and Wine Festival is uncertain after Riverside County ended its relationship with the event. The festival, which has operated for more than 4 decades, owes more than $75,000 in unpaid fees to the county. Officials issued a termination notice after repeated non-payment. This year's festival's schedule seems and remains unresolved. At the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, authorities reported more than 200 arrests across 2 weekends. Charges included drug possession, public intoxication, and the use of fake identification, according to the Indio Police Department. Separately, reports indicate that personal items belonging to Madonna, including vintage costumes and jewelry, went missing following her performance. The items were previously part of her 2005 Coachella-era collection. Now turning to Homeland, California. Deputies with the Riverside County Regional Gang Task Force arrested a 45-year-old woman and seized more than 500 firearms during a search warrant operation. Authorities say the weapons including rifles, shotguns, and handguns. The suspect is accused of attempting to illegally sell firearms. Nationally, the United States is estimated to have approximately 500 million civilian-owned firearms as of 2026. The U.S. population is approximately 348 million people. In California, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has issued an injunction blocking enforcement of the state's No Vigilantes Act. The court ruled that the law likely violates the Constitution's Supremacy Clause by attempting to regulate federal law enforcement operations. The law had required federal agents, including ICE personnel, to display identification and to wear identifying markings while on duty. The injunction remains in effect while the case proceeds through appeal. On the national health front, the head of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has canceled publication of a study examining COVID-19 vaccine effectiveness. The study reportedly found reduced rates of hospitalization and emergency visits among vaccinated individuals. The agency cited concerns about interpretation of the findings, and the decision has drawn renewed scrutiny over public health communication and transparency. This has been Sam Page with Radio Free Riverside on the United American Network. News sources come to you from Ground News, providing perspective from across the political spectrum. Thank you for listening.